Hello, and welcome back to episode 3 of try number 2 of the Masters mod. Again, try number 2, so spoilers in the comments are perfectly fine. I just won't talk about it on air until I get up to those points. If you skip the first couple episodes, that's not too bad. As much as we love the Sade, it is pretty easy, kind of filled with tutorials, but it does, kind of teach the basics, which is pretty good. Now that we're in Kilika, the game really begins. Even so, Kilika is kind of wrecked, so there's understandably not too much to do. But you might as well save this girl because, the reward. The shop isn't really that great, but there are a couple of chests to pick up, and then we go to the temple. We lancet Siege Cannon for Kamari, but then after that, we're pretty much done with tutorials. Make sure to pick up this Scout because it has Ice Strike, and if you haven't figured it out already, elemental weaknesses are super important here. And in this case particularly, Waka can hit the bees, and usually one-shot.
Huh? I'm fine.
Now, the lizards are another story. They'll put you to sleep and heal themselves at the same time, and they're really fast, so yeah, definitely take care of them as quick as possible. Also remember that, Titus can't one-shot them on his own. Luckily, Waka can help because he usually doesn't miss. He doesn't do nearly as much damage, but it is enough to finish the things off. Lucky for me, I have the Dark Shield on Titus, so if I actually manage to hit and get a blindness on the lizard, then we actually don't have to worry about them until the blindness wears off, so that's pretty good, but it doesn't happen all the time. Then there's the elementals, so they will attack you with multi-strike elemental damage. They can hurt, so take them out too. Prioritize them, I should say. Luckily, they're very slow, so usually you can take them out before they actually get a chance to fight the party. The plants can also be annoying, but remember that you actually have resources. You have MP, you have skills. So Kamari and Lulu can do big damage with fire, and then Waka can blind them for if you want to stall for a couple turns, maybe heal in battle with Yuna's cut MP cost. Also, Titus does a lot of damage because of the elemental weaknesses and Brotherhood, so keep that in mind. Don't forget to talk to people, and they might give you stuff. And then we can find this Fortune Spear right here. Now, if you didn't know what luck does, it gives you a bit of a boost in everything. So your hit rate, your crit rate definitely, and your dodge rate all go up. So I'm giving mine to Titus because he attacks a lot, and if he manages to kill something because he crits, or he dodges something, and he just becomes more reliable because he doesn't miss. He's very fast, so he attacks a lot, and he's on the front lines a lot, so he gets attacked a lot. So yeah, I think that Titus is a pretty good choice right now. Another quick bit of general advice is after the fights, make sure to bring your fastest characters up to the front line after the fight if you shuffle them around, especially Titus, since Brotherhood's first strike can really bail you out of a situation like you get ambushed, but you still get that first turn by Titus. Alright, it's boss time again. So, if you want to come back later, beat it yourself, do that, and I'll be here. As always, we can give ourselves a leg up by setting up our overdrives correctly, especially on this one. Sufferer will give a lot of overdrive pretty good, and pretty fast, because there's a lot of poison. So one thing to note is that yes, Brotherhood is really good, and you should always start a fight with it on Titus. Again, the elemental resistances sometimes don't work out for you, but you might never, I know I never use this in the base game, but you can switch armor and weapons on the fly. Not only is this great for, you know, getting your damage or reducing your damage, but it's actually it's the quickest action you can do in the game, and you can predict the turn order after the fact in the CTB gauge. So take advantage of that. There's good value in just not doing anything and switching your weapon to the same weapon, so that way you can break up like a boss's turns or something like that. React better to getting hit really hard, and maybe not getting hit really hard twice in a row. Now, most of the attacks that this guy throws out don't do a lot of damage, but everything applies poison, so really healing the poison you're just going to lose that fight. Really, you just got to take advantage of the elemental weaknesses and take out the tentacles as quick as possible. That way you can focus on the boss itself. Again, even though you don't take too much damage, make sure you don't get caught off guard by the water, because remember, you have a very limited number of Unix downs, and Yuna does not know revive or life gain. So yeah, just remember not to let yourself get too overeager with attacking, or else the poison chip damage will take you down. Also remember that Yuna has a Nimbus Rod, so if you put that on her plus Sufferer, her healing will prolong your potions just a little bit, but the main thing is just to leave her out there, so that way you can get an Aeon out very fast. Now, if she does get an Aeon out, the game's basically over. Don't forget to use the Destruction Spear in the temple to get Kimahri's red armlet, or Noble's armlet. It's okay. It makes him tankier and has a lot of slots for customization. Also, don't forget to level up. Again, for me, I'm bringing Kimahri down the Speedster route. Yuna, Waka, and Lulu all get MP, so that's great. But the main highlight of this level up session is Titus gets haste. Now haste is awesome, it gives you more turns, but at this point we only have enough MP to use it once, but make sure to use it because it is so nice. Then Ifrit joins the party. Now that we're a little bit stronger, backtracking through the forest is pretty easy, so we don't have to talk about that too much. Then, of course, we have to get the jet shot, because, I mean, blitzball, man.
Well, if it isn't the Machina Fights. They're a living, breathing, statistical impossibility. I've never seen a team this bad. That's right, in 23 years, they've never made it past the first round. Only a few die-hard fans are in the audience today.
disrespect for the Besaid Aurochs is so funny. But now I have no qualms about taking all the chests in the city. Now, one big decision is getting this Twin Lance for Kamari. Now, again, the Ice and Lightning are very good elements. Well, I mean, all elements are good elements, but this will give us more coverage, and then also Piercing. Now, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but there are some random enemies that will want Piercing and Ice damage. So, having a extra source of that will be very nice.
Whoa, what are they?
Ancient Machina salvaged by the Albed. They are mostly vulnerable to lightning.
Now, fighting the Machina is actually kind of tough. They hit pretty hard, and when you hit them with a normal attack, they give you power break, so your next attack will do not quite as much damage either. So, yeah, you really just be careful with these guys. Also, you should take your overdrives off of Sufferer if you haven't already. Also, remember that we have haste, and Lulu is very slow. So, if we haste Lulu, she has magic damage, and her attacks don't get debuffed. And Lightning is super effective against the robots. So put the pieces together, and yeah, it makes the fight a lot better, a lot more bearable. Okay, and then another boss, another disclaimer. Yeah, so if you want to come back, then feel free to do so. Just like in the last fight, we're dealing with Machina, so hasting up Lulu at the beginning is a really good way to start. You get to heal up the crane faster, and then also, yeah, you can do more damage later on. While we do wait on the crane, we can cheer up with both Kamari and Titus. This is great, not only because it buffs you, but because a lot of the boss's attacks are actually counterattacks. So if you don't hit him, then you'll actually not have as much damage coming back your way. Also, you won't have to fight all the statuses coming your way either. Also, don't forget to read the top ribbon. You can get Kamari's new Overdrive Mighty Guard super early here, and that's very nice. And then you might as well use it. So the fight will go a lot smoother if you just wait until you're ready to attack and then deal out the big damage at the end. Don't forget to level up while you can, because there is a fight that is after the big game. But the big game, BLITZBALL, it's finally time. I do get lucky in getting the ball first, and there is a way to cheese this game where essentially you run out the clock, wait for halftime, get Jack shot on Titus, and then make it so that you're 1-up, and then you just burn the clock by hiding in your own net. Now, that's something we can do, but it's not what we're gonna do, because we're not cowards. Now, the key is to stay on the bottom of the map, or the left side of the field, because Avis can't attack for the life of them, and both Jazu and Titus will be able to keep the ball pretty reliably as long as you don't go too far and hit the defender. So you let Jazu have the ball and kind of bait people out, so that way Titus can get a free shot at the center of the net. That's the strategy.
So what's our goal?
To do our best!
Nope, we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory!
Then, after halftime, you can put on the check shot, which really just makes this nearly guaranteed. Just remember, you only get one check shot, so you gotta make it count. But as long as you're relatively close to the net, you should be good.
Zone defense, boys! Stop those goals!
What about me?
Get the ball and just shoot like crazy!
Goers are going down! Yeah!
Shoot like crazy!
Down!
All right, hustle!
And then, of course, we have to give Waka a goal for his own game. Again, yeah, he also starts on the left side of the field, so you just follow the same strategy as before, and you might get lucky.
Victory! 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 Yeah!
Now this next bunch of fights, for me in particular, is a little bit hairy because I ran out of potions. But that's not that huge of a problem, because Waka got a big bump in MP over his last levels, so he has a lot of dark attacks and he can stall out. So while he does that, we can haste and cheer Titus, so that way Titus gets a lot of moves and he can one-shot things. So then we just move up the pool, making sure that before anything gets a turn, it's either blind or Titus hits it and dies. Enter Ori. Now he hits like a truck, but he is very slow. But that is actually a good thing when you consider his later moveset. Now again, remember that in these fights we don't get any experience. So I don't have any potions, and I have a very limited number of Phoenix Downs. So we're just gonna leave Titus to die here. Waka can blind the bird, and then Orin can hit it. So we'll be fine. Titus can just take a nap. He did a good job. And with that, we're gonna wrap up the episode. Here's my final inventory for right now. Hope you come back next time on the fight to beat Pennance for real this time. If you like the video, I like your face. Bye.